Hello, my name's Duncan, and welcome to Back Away from the Dog and Back to Books. This is a really off-the-cuff video today. There has been a spurry of videos. Criminali's done one, Jared Henderson's done one, and there's a few other people I've seen around doing ones about dumping Kindles and moving away from Amazon. And I'm here to say, you don't need to dump your Kindle. There's been a few things about that you don't own your books when you buy them off Kindle. Jared Henderson's got a great video about it, which I'll link to below, which he explains all the ins and outs and the fact that in 2009, basically, they lost 1984 and it was taken off people's Kindles, and also the case of a couple of people who've basically got banned from Amazon, so they've lost all access to the whole of their libraries. So if you want to go down the thing of, I don't want to lose all my content, I hate the word content, lose all my ebooks, you do not have to get rid of your Kindle to do it. Okay. Criminali was saying that he has adverts all over his Kindle, which is why he's moved across to Kobo, which I'm a little confused about, because I've got 3 Kindles in this house, and I will put my hands up to start with. I am not the biggest ebook reader. Most of my books, I'd rather have the physical ones. I use most of mine for Project Gutenberg and a few things like this. What we have in this household, this is the original keyboard version, which to me is still probably the best version they ever did. If they did a more updated one with slightly better screen, I'd be there. Then we've got the Paperwhite. This is my wife's Paperwhite, because Rosie, she cannot read a physical book due to her disability, so this is her Paperwhite. And I have an Oasis, which could end up being the last Kindle I ever get, because it's the only one that they did with buttons, page turning buttons, which I like, and they no longer do this. But let me get to my homepage. This I've set up as my homepage, and Criminali was going on about the reason one of the reasons he wanted to move away from the Kindle was because of all the advertising. So if you look at my homepage, hopefully you can see this here. If you can't on this video, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it up there. You can see that's just the books I'm reading. It's got This Crowded Earth on there. I've got an ebook of some short stories. The reason some of them haven't got covers is because they are from Project Gutenberg, and also bits that I put together for myself. So how I use Kindles is probably quite different to a lot of people, because I don't do a lot of ebooks, and what I do it's normally Project Gutenberg, or it's going to be stuff that I've put together myself. What I mean is I managed to find copies in magazines of stuff that's out of print, and I've managed to turn it into a EPUB file to upload to my Kindle so I can read it easily, and I've done that a few times. But also I do have Kindle books I own. Nova Hellas on there, which is a Greek science fiction book of short stories, and you cannot get it in any other format. So I've got that on there, but I said I use it differently. But if you want to continue using your Kindle and you don't want to get all the advertising, you can. There is settings in there that you can set it up so your homepage will either go to your library immediately, or the other thing it might go to, yes, even on my total library, it's got to the top my books, and below that it's got some recommended ones, and I just never even, just based on stuff that I do, and I just don't even notice that. If those are putting you off, you'll get really easily distracted. I'll be quite surprised. You know, there's lots of us around here who could not afford to generally replace our e-readers. And I said, if I lost my e-reader tomorrow, it would not be the end of the world, because I said most of my stuff's physical books. But I just thought people might be interested in the way that I use my Kindle. And like most people, I don't want all my stuff on Amazon, because having everything in one place is nothing. So what you can do is, I think Criminali mentioned it, is you can download your books off of Amazon, remove the DRM, the digital rights management, and then you can put them through a program called Calibre, which removes it, and then you can put your own cover on it, which stops them changing the covers to tie-ins, because if you noticed, because it's in the cloud, the covers will change. Criminali did say that this is legal to do in the UK, which isn't 100% correct. It's not illegal, but if it's legal, it's not been tried out in court. It's a bit of a grey area. I read quite a bit around it from sort of solicitors and legal experts, and people are saying yes, no, maybe. It is a bit of a grey area, but with Calibre you can remove the DRM, and I think as long as you don't sell it on, you should be fine. But that is your choice to do. Calibre is a great program, and you can follow your books there. And I also use it when I've got stuff that is no longer in copyright, and I've turned it to an EPUB. I can change it from a PDF to an EPUB so that you can enlarge it and watch it, read it properly. And I said that's from magazine things I do. So Calibre is a great program to do stuff like that. I also use Google Documents really to turn them into EPUBs. If anybody wants to see how I do this, I can do a quick video showing it. And that is what I send up to Kindle. If you want to be particular, if you're so stressed about it, all the Kindle books you could buy, you could immediately download and then convert to an EPUB document to strip the DRM off them. You can quite easily do that, and then you've always got a copy on your computer. You don't even have to immediately strip the DRM off them, because if you're happy to read it from the Amazon library, it makes no difference as long as you've got a copy. But if you leave the stuff up in the cloud, as the other videos are saying, it can be changed, it can be pulled, because these companies could do this. So there's no real reason to dump your Kindle. You can work with your Kindle and still buy less from Amazon. I said I do a lot of Project Gutenberg, a lot of stuff, but you can still buy from places like Kobo and download stuff and still put it on your Kindle, because you have Calibre, which you can do your own thing with. So I think the phrase that I was thinking of the other day is chucking out the baby with the bathwater. You know, throwing away, totally getting rid of your Kindle because you're trying to avoid this stuff could be doing yourself a disservice. You have a device. This is an electronic device that could last years, and you can work around it. You can work with it, and you still can do it without being tied into Amazon and any changes. As I said, there's a good video out there by Jared Henderson, who explains a lot of the stuff around the legalities of what Amazon have said about the books. And I said, but that's not what I'm getting to. I have a feeling I am rambling too much. But a similar thing goes on with audiobooks from Audible. They use their own format, AAX, and they technically own those like that. You can strip the DRM off that. I have no idea about the legalities of that or not, so I'm not going to recommend it to anybody, but it can be done, and people do it. And as I say, as long as you're not selling this stuff on, I personally believe there should be no issues, because you have paid for these things. Definitely though, with the real books, ebooks, you can remove the DRM, and legality wise in the UK it is a grey area. Nobody's been taking the court over it. The legislation is a bit woolly, and from all the professional advice that I have seen, people are saying you should almost 99.9% be legal, but until a case went to court, you cannot 100% guarantee it. So does that make any sense? So don't throw your Kindles out. That is what I'm saying. And when I have a look at this before I put this up, I'm hoping it's going to make some sense. I may have to pass Rosie. So yeah, that's my quick impromptu video, and I hope it's made some sense.